Hi there, it's Chelle. And Clint is inside working on ink blenders. We do have some more of the pine beetle kill pine wood ink blenders in the store. And of course we have some beautiful cedar in there and some aspen. So if you're looking for an ink blender, that is where they are now available. Essentially no waiting, though it does say on the Etsy allow 7 to 10 days for shipping, because it's possible, you know, that we're already done with the ones that he's been working on, but we have a pretty good stash of ones that are ready to mail. Let's see, what else was I going to tell you? Mom is in her room working on the spinning. She loved all of your sweet comments, though she was not happy that I had her in the video the whole time. But, you know, it is what it is. She didn't ask to look. You did not, Mom. And I thought it was really, really cute. I liked it. It's pretty chilly out here. I came out earlier because my friend said, I think one of your chickens is at the road. So I came out, ran down there. Well, I didn't run down there. We only have 2 chickens that are out. And so I thought, well, I'll look for the chickens and make sure, because she said it was on the other side of the highway. So I imagine he's their chicken. So, because he wasn't ours. We are going to make some more. You can make this for stash building. You can make it for, you know, using up your paper, whatever you want to do. This was an idea from, this is a practice piece. It's really flimsy paper, and I just wanted to try it. This is from Natasha over at Treasure Books. So I'm going to do 8.5 square. You just want a square, and I want to see, you know, if that's going to be the size that will work for these journals. We have been so busy this week. It's cold. It's getting really chilly. And when it's chilly, you know, everyone's, especially the first frost, everyone freaks out. And they want to, I think she did it like this. You're just going to do corner to corner. They want to dig and do all that stuff that they should have got done. So, you know, even though Clint's like, honey, I only have 2 locates or whatever, and we thought we'd be out of there early, we weren't. So, because people are like, Clint, we need you. So, I think this is how she does it. And then what you're going to do is, she said you want to mark where the middle is here. You can mark it, you can measure it or whatever, but you can just put a little tiny crease right there just so you can see it. And then we're going to just put these in the center. See if I got it right or not. Such a cute idea. My friend Lindsay said, why don't you do this? And I love that idea. It's something I haven't done before. And you're going to go ahead and do it to all 4 sides, even though you don't have, you know, a fold in that one side. And then hopefully this will work correctly. Do not remember. Oh, I just watched it yesterday. And then you're going to fold it like this. Yeah, that's right. And that's what you're going to have. So you can do it with double-sided paper or whatever you want to do, thicker or whatever. And you just make a whole bunch of these, and that paper might even be okay if we matched it up with something. So before I started here, I went over and gonna cut this one down. Went over and picked out papers, and I found a whole bunch of papers that are going to work, I think, really well. So let's cut down a whole bunch of these, and I'll show you what we're going to do. What it is a what is it? It's an accordion fold that you can make a little booklet out of or whatever. And I thought, ooh, I'm going to do this. I like the size of it. because I think for like an 8.5, this is essentially what size it would be. I think it would work just fine for what we're doing. So that's going to be nice. It's going to give us a lot of nice cut-offs, which I do like. And I think I am going to go with some of the really flimsy paper. This is some stuff I've had for ages and ages and ages. So let's use some of this stuff up, right? I really want to buy new paper. Some of the new kits, the new paper packs, because I've had these forever. So I might, I don't know if I will or not, but I might, it's possible. It's possible that I will sell a bunch of just like mix and match papers in the store. The only thing is, if I sell it, the 8 or the 12 by 12s, I have to put it in a box big enough, you know, so that it doesn't bend, which would be a large box. So, you know, a large. So I'd have to, I don't know. I might cut it down though to, I'm trying to think what I would do. I don't know what I'd do. But I might cut it down and put it like in a small padded envelope, which is really still pretty good. I think it's like 11 inch. I'm going to try to do two at once. 11 inches by, sorry, 10 or something. So I could just like fold it or kind of fold it so it might be a little bit crinkled, but you could still get a 12 by 12. This is what I'm thinking, let me tell you, because I got a lot of paper, guys, and it would be nice to be able to purchase more. If you want a selection, you know, I would do like a huge bag for not much money plus shipping. But what I might do is, if it would fit this lengthwise, hold on, let me look. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, if I do that, is I would somehow kind of curve it and maybe put like something in there. I was going to see if I could get it to fit in here. So it might come a little bit crinkled. But, I mean, if I did like 30 or 40 sheets of paper, because I have a lot, and I think that would work, you know. So if we kind of did that and, you know, maybe put, I don't know, something in there to, just some paper towels or something, just to help it not get totally squished, but it could get flat. I don't know. What do you guys think? You know, if I put some paper in here, 30, 40 sheets, sold it for pretty inexpensive, maybe I could do like a bunch of scraps, because you guys know I have tons of scrap paper too. Do these at 8.5. Better. Or I could cut them down. Let me know what you think I should do, even if you're not interested in purchasing. But if you are, let me know what you think I should do. Because this would be a good, you know, if I cut it down to like 8.5. We could cut it down. I mean, you wouldn't have to cut it down by much. So like 9.5. Just, I think that would work. And then wouldn't have to worry about it squishing or whatever. So let me know what you think. Let's see. I don't know how many of these I'm going to do, but let me finish cutting all this real flimsy stuff, because I know I need, because we're going to do several journals. So I'm going to have to make several of these, and I think I need 4 for each journal, if that's what I decide to do. It's a little thick, so just papers. They're single side paper, which is a good, you know, way to use this. So, but I got to get rid of some stuff before I get more stuff, and I really would like to have some, you know, newer brand paper, because you end up using the same stuff. I was looking at this one, I've had this for so many years. I don't know how long, but I think I've had that since I started scrapbooking. And I have cleaned out my paper. I've done giveaways, stash, you know, things like that. So I really need to just get rid of some stuff, because things I've had forever would be new to other people, you know. That's what I'm thinking. Let me see. I think there's a thick one in here. Maybe not. Oh, look at this paper. Is this perfect for a fall journal? So, but yeah, we've been pretty busy with doing things. The first two pine beetle killed pine wood sold really quick, and we have an order for another one, so that was awesome. So thank you guys. And yeah, it's kind of like a gray, not a gray, like a silver blue almost look to it, which is really a pretty color. And so Clint's been working on those. He's in there making bread this morning. It's early. I mean, it's only 8:30. And I told him, start early so we can take a nap. Because we only sleep like 4 or 5 hours a night. And the doctor told him that wasn't enough for our age. So we really need that hour and a half nap. And he's like, the doctor told me to take the nap. So, you know. And Mom takes a nap kind of when we do. So it kind of works out pretty well. And I got her into a couple of books. I've been buying her books for her Barnes and Noble, The Nook. And so she's been doing that. Now remember, this one you just want to crease right in the center, just so you can fold it. Let's just fold them all. I'll just jabber while I'm folding it. But if you kind of want to make what I'm making, which you don't really know what it is, but you'll love this as an addition to your journals. Pull out some paper. I decided to do 8.5 by 11 because most people have 8.5 paper. I don't know if I did that wrong or not, but 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So I did 8.5 square because, you know, if you don't purchase 12 by 12, then this is perfect. And I will tag Natasha's thing. If you don't know her, she's really awesome. She does beautiful tutorials. She does them simple. She doesn't, you know, sit there and jabber or anything. Not like me at all. Which, you know, some people would appreciate that. I tell you. I guess I'm just a rambler. I did the editing and voiceover and everything for so many years on YouTube, and I just don't have 5 hours or whatever to and it took about 4 to 5 hours between filming, editing, because you have to watch whatever you film, then you have to edit everything, and then by the time it's uploaded and all that, it takes about 5 hours. So, or it did for me. It might not take that long now, but I don't edit anymore, and I have so many people who prefer just a jabber, and you guys are our family and our friends, and I like to keep you guys updated. Speaking of which, did I tell you? I don't think we did. We went to the doctor. I don't think I've been on here since then. Clint's doctor on Wednesday, and he has been approved for the shots, it looks like. And so supposedly they're going to call us the pharmacy is supposed to call us because somebody has to be home in order to for them to deliver the medicine, because it is refrigerated. And so we just have to wait for them. But what happened was, I guess the nurse called or whatever, and they denied it. And then the doctor called back, and he said, no, you know, this is what's going on. You guys need to approve this. And after he explained what was going on, they approved it. So I think what happened is the first letter, or the letter that we got, was a denial letter from when the nurse called, because he said, like in half an hour or something, he called back and said, hey, this is what's going on. And it was approved. So they're supposed to check into that. We still haven't heard from them, so who knows. But that was just Wednesday, so if we don't hear anything by the end of next week, I tell you, what a mess. I'll have Clint call the nurse again and say, hey, can you check on this again and see what's going on? Because, you know, can you guys see me okay? I have my nice, this jacket is so nice. I think I'm going to look online for this brand and buy some more of them. Oh, you guys. So I told Mom what we need to do is make some fingerless mitts, which if you haven't seen them, they come, I would make them to right here, you know, just above, so your fingers are totally exposed for crafting. I think that would be really good for us crafters. So let me know if you think you would be interested in those. You don't have to commit to anything. I was just wondering, would it be a waste of time if we made a bunch of them, you know? So we don't want to waste our time, but if you think you'd be interested in some, we have so much yarn. Years ago, we had a beautiful yarn place in Durango, and they were going out of business, so we spent like $500 on yarn. Well, we haven't used all that yarn. See, Lindsay, I told you we had a lot of yarn. Yeah, and it's nice yarn. I mean, it's like maybe an alpaca, or, you know, a wool, like blends, different blends. And it's nice, like, well-made yarn. So, if it's something you think you might be interested in, I was thinking even for Christmas presents or for yourself, whatever, then we would put, you know, maybe make up a few pair and put them in the store, which we might do anyways. You know, Mom could use some extra money. We all could this time of year. And Christmas is, and really you could knock out, I did once, I think I made 21 pairs of fingerless mitts for Christmas. I don't make gifts really anymore because I made 21 pair, and I think I got 3 thank yous. You know, it's just, I know I shouldn't be that way. I sound like I'm petty, but I think it's rude not to say thank you. You don't even have to send me anything. Just say, thank you, Michelle, for this thing that you spent time making for me. Because not everybody does. I mean, and a lot of it was my family, because they just don't, they're not appreciative. And they don't say thank you. I have no idea why. My dad doesn't say thank you. My mom didn't say thank you. It was just, and it just ended up getting on my nerves. So I really don't send many gifts anymore, because I guess I'm petty like that, but it just is what it is. Okay, so, and then we're gonna go ahead and fold. You could definitely do this, couldn't you, in front of the TV or something? In fact, I might not. But we're finally going to watch Hocus Pocus this weekend, because isn't Monday, a week from Monday is Halloween. So Mom's here, and Clint wouldn't let me watch Hocus Pocus 2. He wanted to wait until Mom was here, which I'm fine with. But every year we watch Hocus Pocus, and Mom watches it only when we watch it. So I think it would be, you know what, that's okay. I think I folded it the wrong way, but it works. There we go. So you're going to get a whole bunch like this, and then we're going to put them together. So yeah, we have time. I mean, we just started and it's only been 12 minutes. I can do a whole bunch in 12 minutes, right? Or in the 48 minutes. So anyways, I'm going to watch Hocus Pocus this weekend, I think. And we've been trying to stay up later at night. When we got into a habit of when my ex-sister-in-law, who's my ex-husband's sister, and her husband came and stayed with us for a month or a few months, and we got in the habit of going to bed at like 5 o'clock and just watching TV in bed. I'm trying to break that habit just a little so that we're up, you know, later. But when you wake up at 3 o'clock like we did this morning, it's not, you know, you're usually pretty tired, so it's kind of like, I'm tired, I just want to go lay down and read or whatever. We're trying to break that, try to stay up at least till 7. Though I am awake, it's just we're in there watching MASH, playing games on our iPads or whatever. So we're trying to start staying awake a little bit longer. We're supposed to see snow on Sunday. So crazy. Crazy, crazy. I'm kind of excited though. Got heaters for everybody. Got heaters for the bathroom. Heater for Mom's room. Because every morning she's like, I'm freezing, I'm freezing. Plus we need to get mattress heaters because ours died last year. Well, in the spring. And Mom's, I don't know what happened to hers. I think, you know, like I said, we had a lot of company and stuff since she's been here 5 years ago in the winter. And so something happened to hers. And we are going to get new mattress heaters. Man, they're nice. And if you don't know, they do make mattress heaters, which I actually prefer next to like a heated blanket. I don't know why, but I always had a heated blanket, and once I was looking and saw mattress heaters, and I was like, and we've always preferred that. And what's nice is if you get like a queen size or a king size, that feels like it's a little off. You have individual controls for both sides of the bed, so if I'm really cold, and seriously, I'll use mine all year long because, you know, if the air's just a little bit too cold, I'll just turn it on to get the chill out of my bed. So I do use it, and I don't know how I've made do this long. Though we did, you know, we got that new mattress, and it seems like it's a lot warmer, which makes sense because our other one was like 6 inches thick, and this one is like 16 inches thick. I don't know if it's that thick, but so this one's definitely warmer than our other one was, for sure. So, and then Mom's like, I really want a mattress heater. So we're gonna get her one, hopefully before Christmas. So, because I think we need them. Just haven't talked to you guys in so long. I missed you. At least I feel like I haven't. Just us, just the two of us. I'm still walking every day. I was down another pound this week, though it's not a great loss overall, because when we went to pick up Mom, we end up eating junk and stuff, you know, like, let's just eat something on the way home. Let's eat donuts. So you end up eating junk for 2 days, but then it takes your body so long, you know, and you're just so tired you don't care what you eat. So it took me a little bit to lose that weight, so. But I'm down overall, so that's a good thing. You could really knock out a bunch of these, you know what? I think that's kind of cool. Pretty quickly. I mean, you can do this on every single one. You don't necessarily have to, especially the thin paper. This is all really, really thin paper, which I think is why I haven't used it. You know. So it's kind of nice, but you don't really necessarily have to use your bone folder or whatever. We have the heat on out here. I think I already told you that, but we haven't got the other propane tanks, which we really want to at least get one more. This one's been holding up pretty well. The thing with this one is it's not vented, so we have to leave the window up a little bit so that the pilot light stays. If there's not enough air going through, then the pilot light goes out and it turns off the heater. It's a safety function. So, you know, you have the air a little bit, but it's just a little bit breezy right now. So I did lower the window just a little, and you don't have to leave it up that high. I think I had it up about 6 inches, and now it's up about 3. And it's been on ever since I got in here, so I think there's definitely enough air moving through. So what I'm doing is I'm just lining up. You can kind of see where your crease is from where you folded it before, and you can line that up pretty easily. But geez, I mean, if you can make, you know, this many in less than an hour, that is a good thing. Then when I go in later, it will smell like homemade bread. So excited. I love it when Clint makes bread. And we get to eat it right away, because sometimes he'll make it and we have like a loaf left, and then he won't let us eat the fresh stuff. It's like, you gotta eat the one in the freezer first. I know, but I want the fresh from the oven smell. But you know, that's how it is. He's not feeling the greatest. He hurts. That the other day we went to, you know, he had that private, but it was on a cell tower, which is like the top of the mountain, and they were afraid we'd get stuck because we have a little tiny car. And so they came to pick him up, and he said it bounced all over the place. That car, because the ruts were, it was like these trucks were bottoming out as the guy was driving up to the cell tower. So he was bouncing and stuff, didn't help his back any. And he said it was a fun ride, but man, he was in so much pain. And that was on Wednesday, and it's always worse 2 days later. So, and that would be today. So he's already moaning and groaning and hurting, and I feel bad for him. But he's just, he's up in the air about still having the the surgery, though he might have it. Like the doctor said, do the bones, get your bones stronger, even if you don't want the surgery today or whatever. Then get your bones stronger and then make a decision. You don't have to make that decision, you know, right this minute to do the surgery. But he did say if he didn't do the surgery, now he would probably have to revisit it at another time and have to have the surgery done. So it might be best for him just to get it done, you know, while he's young, and not in, you know, 5 years or whatever. He says, I think you're going to definitely have to have it done eventually, even though you might choose not to get it done right now. So I don't know. We will figure that out, you know, one thing at a time right now. I know somebody asked me, what's our next movement? Clint has been in pain for 13 years. For 18 years he had fibromyalgia, is what they said. And so he's been in pain for many, many, many years. He's got really bad arthritis. He has now a broken vertebrae and all this stuff. So we don't know. He's always going to be in pain, we think. So that's for those people who were curious, because I did have a couple of questions about what we were going to do next. And the thing is, he's never not in pain. It's just, is the pain worse today than it was yesterday, you know? So, anyways, what's going on in your lives? Let me know. My brother said they got a new cat, which hopefully hopefully they'll get him neutered and he'll stick around, because his other cat disappears because he's not neutered. So, I don't know, you know. Everyone except Lucy right now is fixed here, except, you know, the outside cats. But, we're giving Lucy a lot of amoxicillin right now, so that she can hopefully won't be totally, that one is way up, won't be totally sick when she is spayed, because she does have some respiratory issues, and we don't want her to, you know, die during the surgery. So when Sammy was little, he had the same thing, and it took over a year. He was over a year old before he had surgery, because they were concerned about him surviving the surgery. So, but Wilbur was kind of like that. He was really snuffly and stuff, and, you know, they just paid extra attention to him and just made sure that he was okay during the surgery, and he came out just fine. But it's always in the back of your head, you know. And oh my gosh, Clint loves that baby, that little Lucy girl. So it's always in the back of your head that, you know, they're not going to be okay. And it really just stresses you out. So with Wilbur, we tried like 3 times to get him neutered, and 3 times they called us and said, he's really congested. We recommend that we give him a shot of antibiotic, and you take him back home, and in a month or 2 bring him back. And then the next time we took him in, it was the same thing. So it took him a while to get neutered, but you know, they're so conscientious, I feel like. Okay guys, we got all that. This one does not belong. So let's see what we have. I don't want them all the same color, so I want them mixed up, because that's the whole point. 1, 2, 3. let's do 3 at a time and we'll just see. So I'm thinking we're going to have, what, 5? Let's do the, oh, that's 4. I'll do 4 on that one. Let me put clip that way. Don't get them all mixed up. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. We might go with 4 on all of them. We'll see. We'll see. 1, 2, 3. How many is that? That is 4. And then 1, 2, 3. Let's put that one over here. Okay, so if we do 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we can do 4 on all of them. Well, this one's 3 though, huh? 3, 3, 3. So if I did, okay, here's 4. This is 4. Need 1 more to do 4 on all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me do my counts again. Okay, so this is 4, 4. I think there's only 3 on this one. That color will work. 4, 4, and 3. So let's do 1 more, and then I'll show you how we're going to put these together. I mean, we're making great time, guys. Excellent time. Let's do this one. Yeah, that'll work perfectly. So, excellent time. Half an hour, and we haven't, look how much we've made. Jeez. That's what you get when you're having fun and don't think about stuff. Huh? Okay. Of course, if you have tons of paper like this, you could just make tons of these and keep them in your stash to use, you know. Ooh, I love the sound of that heater. Just sounds like a roaring fire, kinda. One thing Clint does is we get up at 3 o'clock and sometimes he'll turn on like every light in the house, and it annoys me. Sorry, honey, but it's just, I have to wake up. So we did have a talk, and I'm like, can you just wait until after we have our coffee before you turn on every single light? He doesn't mind, you know. It's just, and I mean, it's not like we sit there in the dark. It's just, you know, instead of turning on 2 or 3 lights, you only turn on 1. So anyways, I was just thinking that, how, yeah. Anyways, okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to turn these into, like I said, accordion folds. So what you're going to do is just put these together. And I'm going to use art glitter glue that's really cold, but I don't think it's frozen. Shouldn't be. Okay. And then we're just going to put them together. So I am just going to do like this. You could sew them, and she did show that. But I think I would still want to glue them, don't you? I don't know. I think I would. You guys have made these. Tell me what you prefer, because, okay. I want them to line up pretty good. There we go. Maybe like that. There we go. But you can sew them, so maybe go ahead and glue them and then sew them. I don't know. So then you're gonna have 2 like that, and then we'll put this orange one here. think I'll make a page and kind of show you how we're going to, you know, make them. So I want this flat, so I'm going to go ahead and do it like this. Put it down like that, and then, yeah. And then one more. And if you wanted to, it's really fun. I'm glad you suggested this, Lindsay, because it is a fun little idea. Okay, so you could do it like that. If you wanted to, you could leave those open so that then where they match up in the back, you could have a pocket there. But I really didn't want that, so I am just going to kind of do like that. But yeah, you could definitely just have like a triangular pocket, which you really couldn't put a whole lot in. And then that's what you're going to get. So we're going to do those. Because man, we're just zooming through this, aren't we? Just doing one. Let's see if I get it kind of close. Maybe that would be better. On the edges. Oops. And then just a little glue in the center. And I think it lays better if I do it like this and then kind of match it up. Poor mom. She's so... She came out yesterday and she's like, I'm ready to give up on my spinning. You couldn't really tell, but I think it did help her to look on the, to watch herself do the spinning, because she could maybe, you know, see if what she's doing wrong or if she's doing anything wrong, because there's a lot involved in spinning. You have to like sit a certain way. The lady I watched, she said you want to sit with your knees pointed down, so not like super pointed down, but slanted. And I think by watching how she was sitting and stuff, maybe mom can learn from that and not get too discouraged. But she has to use a rubber band for something. I'm not exactly sure what. I'm not a spinner. I've never spun. But she was like, when we got up from our nap yesterday, and she's standing there and she was just moaning and groaning, and she looked at me. She heard me walk into the room and she said, I need a rubber band. I'm so sick of it. I'm ready to give up. Well, she can't give up because she has an order for this. Her friend that owns the alpacas with her asked her to do the, you know, to spin the wool for him. So yeah, so she's kind of got an order to take care of, but she just, you know, it's stressful when you can't figure out what you're doing wrong. And she said, I just don't know what's going on, and I've never had this much problems. And it's been a while since she's spun anything because she had to fix a part on her machine, and I feel bad for her. So I had gotten her a few books, and I was like, have you been reading your books? And she said, I haven't read since I was here last time. So I knew she had some books that she needs to read. I was like, well, let's download your book. Let me, I showed her how to get in to read her book. And it's really relaxing for her to read a book. And she's focusing on something else besides that spinning machine. So funny though, yesterday she came out after she made the video, and she says, oh, I need to go finish that, So she sits down for like 5 minutes and, oh, I need to go finish that. So go finish that one spool she was doing. She comes back, seriously, like 3 minutes later. I mean, I hear her, she's taking the cat, making sure there's no cats in her room and all this. Comes in about 3 minutes later, sits there and says it all over again. I don't know what was going through her mind. Sorry, Mom. But she's like, I really need to go finish that. And then she's like, okay, fine, I'm going to go in there. About 5 more minutes, she went back in there. So I don't know why she came out. It was funny, though. I was like, okay, you just did that. You made sure all the cats were out of your room, but you didn't do anything while you were out here. That I saw. She probably did something, but I don't know what it was. So it just cracks me up, because I'm thinking, okay, she's like, I gotta get that done. I gotta get that done. So what she's doing is she's spinning 3, I think she said 3 spools, and then you have to ply them together. So she said that should be easier, because I was asking her, is that going to be hard too if something's, you know, messed up on her machine? She said it should be easier because it's already spun. You just have to ply them together. So yeah. So anyways, it was just like, poor Mom. I felt so bad for her. I washed all the dishes yesterday morning because she's like, if I'm here, I'm going to do all the dishes. So I hide. It's not that I hide. I just do them when she's busy, because she's not here to be my slave and wash all my dishes, even though she's like, well, I just sit there. I eat the food. You guys cook. I don't do anything else, so let me wash the dishes. So I don't want her to, she's not my slave by washing my dishes. And I don't mind washing dishes. It doesn't bother me. So while she was making the video, that freed me up, and I was able to wash the dishes on the sly. She gets irritated when I wash them. You know, you've been washing them your whole life, and then you have somebody wash them for you once in a while. It's kind of nice. And then, you know, I know she's been washing them her whole life, so I want to give her a break too. You know, I don't want her to feel like I still have to wash dishes my whole life, you know. So anyways, that's just me jabbering. You're welcome. This paper is really, really, really thin, but I think it works really well for this. Sorry, I feel like I've just been jabbering, and I have, I know. I'm sorry. I know, I shouldn't apologize, because I can do that, because I'm a rambler. If I talk too much, that's the name of my page. Chelle the Rambling Crafter. I know I talk a lot. Last one, guys, and we're doing pretty good, 41, and then we'll just decorate one, and I'll show you how we're going to do it. That went really quick, didn't it? I think it did. And so we did 5 times 4, so 20 pages worth. That's pretty good. And you can make them, several of them, you know, at one time. Oh, I should have made another one. Oh well. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. You know, to go in that other journal. We'll try it. And I might make, I don't know. I think that's what I was planning, is 4 journals. Okay, so let's use this one. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to show you how I would put this in my journal. With it being, you know, like ready to go in. So I did find this paper, and it's pretty thick, which I really like. And it's from Old World Stack, but it's a textured cardstock. It's really got a really good weight, And I was thinking that would be good for a lot of the pages. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this into a page for inside a Fauxbonichi. So the not a Fauxbonichi, sorry, Traveler's Notebook. So it needs to be 8.5 square. Because that's what size I make my TN sizes. And that's what I'm going to be working on. So 8.5 square. Hopefully, you know, it works. My cutter, it moves, especially if I have too much junk on my page or on my desk. So might not be 100% lined up, but we can fix that. And then I was thinking, this is, you know, bring in the shell part here. So you could glue this, I'd probably glue that part down, this part down right here. So I'd probably glue it here, and then when you open it up, you would have all of this, which you can't really see it, but I mean, that's a lot, right? But I do want to put a tie on it because I think a tie would be good. Now, Natasha, I think she made them like into little booklets and stuff. Because you could just put this like in your purse or, you know, whatever. But, you know how my brain works. So, I'm going to pull this awesome stuff and we're going to make it a tie. So I just want to glue it down because, and then we're going to glue this section down. So I just need to, I know I'm making a mess. Just, you know, approximately. I got glue everywhere, sorry. Story of my life. Okay. I did start working on some acorns, some of the felted acorns, because I do want, you know, to put some in each journal. So I did do that the other day too. Now this, I do want to make sure that gets glued down really well. If I had my, I still haven't brought out my Fabri-Tac, I probably would use it, but I think this will work. Then I want it really close to that edge. Okay, and then I think I want it like this. So just kind of like in the center, like this. I just thought if we had a tie, that would make it more convenient, kind of interactive too. So this will open and then this will be glued down. And really, I think I need something here just to kind of help that because it is really thin paper. So if you wanted to, you could put a, like a pocket or something here, or, you know, just to cover it up. Just to make it a little bit sturdier. I think that's what I'm going to do, is just make it sturdy, but I think I'm going to cut it down to the same size as this so it looks like it's an actual piece of it. And then, let's see. Cut it down to here. And that will make that a little bit sturdier so that it doesn't rip. Because that would concern me. So, and then we can decorate this piece if we so desire. So go ahead and cut that and this piece here. And then I just think that's pretty important right there. Could make it into a pocket, but I think that kind of defeats the purpose. So we could, you know, make it into a pocket later if we wanted. Or put a pocket on here. So, there we go. But that way at least it's kind of doubled up. And I don't have to worry about that coming apart. Okay, so then this would come in here. We could tie it, you know, and tie a little bow. I think that would be perfect. So let's see how we would decorate it. We have a few minutes. Let me see what papers we have. I really like that paper that it is, but I have this one. I was thinking she did, like I said, she did a little booklet out of it, and I thought that might be a nice look for the front of the book. So I kind of want it the exact same size. So, and I'm going to get two papers, because then when we open it up, I also want this piece. I don't want like this glued here. I just think it would be nicer if it was put together. You know, a little bit nicer. So let's just do these, and we'll try to cut them at the same time so they're the same size. But I love that idea, and I was thinking, when she said that, Lindsay, I was thinking, I don't know exactly what she was talking about, and then she sent me the link, and she said it was, what did you say it was, Lindsay? I think she said it was envelopes. So I went on to look, do a search. I couldn't find it, and because it's not actual envelopes, though it looks like envelopes, doesn't it? I think that's where she got the envelope idea from. But yeah, I like this idea, and I thought, ooh, we can shellify it, because that's what I do. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and we'll do it on this side. So we're going to sandwich these in, just to give us a nice, like, finished look. Make sure that is laying right. I love that paper though. And then we can just do that. You know, just to kind of give it a cleaner look. And talk about places to put stuff in here, right? I mean, there's tons of space for goodies. Not 100% correct, so let me just trim this one little piece here. You could ink it if you wanted, and that, you know, inking hides a multitude of sins. Like pants. Oh geez. And then this side, of course, because I just lined it up wrong, just slightly. There we go. That's why I was thinking it's 4 too many, but you know, I think it'll be okay. It's kind of fun. It comes out almost arm length. And if you wanted, you could like sandwich things in here. You could do like coffee day paper on each one of these, but you could also just leave it how it is, and you could journal. So you could journal on here, you could journal here, tons of journaling space. And then you would get like a little tag. Let me just kind of show you an example. You know, little tags you could put in there. I'm just using whatever I have here. Obviously, I would decorate, you know, you could put just all kinds of goodies in these things. So I would have like a tag, and at least one little tag. Or like she did like little paper pads, had like a pad of paper in here. So you could actually make it pretty thick if you wanted. So we'll revisit that. Maybe in the next video, I'll show you what we would put in here to fill these guys up, because there's a lot to fill up. So I do want to decorate this part though. I mean, it's pretty thick, and I think, you know, when you put stuff in there, it's going to be thick too. But we always have so much area. Especially, you know, this would go good in the center of a signature, because you always have like so much area right in the center of a signature, and I think that would go perfectly, and it would just like take up that extra space. So let's decorate this. I was thinking, I still had these guys like that, and then of course we have leaves and stuff. So maybe if we put this like up top, and then maybe like some leaves down here. I think that would be really cute. But yeah, you don't have to make it 4. You could make it a lot less than that if you wanted. You could do 2, you could do 3. In fact, I was thinking of just 2 to start with, but I kind of like the look of 4. It's a lot, but it's kind of fun to have, you know, some space too, especially in journals that, you know, might not have a lot going on, but this kind of is a lot. So it's kind of fun. I kind of like that. I'm gonna put this down here. And then we can put him up here. Of course, I do want to kind of ink him. Kind of got some orange on it, which I think really will go really well with maybe red. Just whatever I had on my sponge. I told Clint I need like 10 ink blenders, because you do get your fingers all used up. Let's frame that out. We have this piece. Ooh, I think that would be really pretty. So save all your scraps, because you can just use them for everything. These little sayings I got from Collage. Calico Collage, I think is what it was called. I think I'm going to print them off next time I go in the house. And that way I can, on sticker sheet, because it's so nice to have it on a sticker sheet. And you don't have to use glue or anything. Just pull it off the sticker. And then that can go up there, and I think that added a nice touch. Just a slight little thing. Just kind of center it. And then we can tie this. I just thought it would be fun. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you like it? Such a fun little piece. And then you can trim it if you need to. You need a lot, but what do you think? I kind of like that. I think it's fun. It's a fun little surprise in there. And definitely tons of space. Let's see what we have. I mean, you have at least one, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8 places for for space. And one thing she did too is like on the back, I think it was on the back, she made another little signature for in here, so extra paper. I wouldn't do that as this, but if I did like she did and she made it like into a little wallet, then I would, you know, consider adding more paper. You can jot down some ideas, things like that. So I think this was so cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. And we will see you guys in the next video. See you soon. Bye.